This program is brought to you by the City of Oceanside. The following program does not necessarily reflect the views, opinions, or policies of the City of Oceanside, its elected officials, KOCT, its board of directors, or staff. This program is underwritten in part by Waste Management of North County in Oceanside. We are dedicated to serving customers and community as a safe, comprehensive service provider, a good corporate citizen, and a responsible environmental steward. Think green. Think Waste Management.
Hello, I am Kelly O. Davis, and I am pleased to welcome you to the September edition of Oceanside Spectrum. September is National Suicide Prevention Month, and all month, mental health advocates, prevention organizations, survivors, allies, and community members unite to promote suicide prevention awareness. In honor of National Suicide Prevention Awareness, we have Stan P. Collins joining us on our program to discuss how to speak with someone if you are concerned that they are considering suicide and how to support those that have been affected. But first, we have other amazing guests and organizations joining us for you to enjoy, to inform you on all the local events happening around us that can help us celebrate life, like MainStreet Oceanside in our studios to share the Halloween celebrations happening this year. Next, we have the Oceanside High School Foundation will be in our studios to talk about the 14th Annual Hall of Fame. We will not be featuring our On the Scene with Eileen segment this month. She's on vacation, but we do have the North County AfricanAmerican Women's Association here to tell us about their 23rd Annual Gentlemen's Gourmet. So prepare yourself for the September edition of Oceanside Spectrum right here on KOCT, the voice of North County. Hi, and I am here with my first guest. That would be peace, love, soul, and rock and roll, Kathy Nichol, here from MainStreet Oceanside to tell us about all the wonderful events that we have coming for Halloween. Welcome. You have your ensemble on.
If you're looking for me on the 31st, this is what I will be dressed like.
I heard the kids dressed you. Is this true?
It is true. They helped me. They did help me.
So tell us what's going on. What's going on?
Well, October kicks off a lot of great events.
Yeah.
We have Taste of Oceanside with your annual spork.
There you go. A spork, yes.
A spork. And then everybody who comes gets a nice little ticket for Taste of Oceanside. We're in our 6th year, and as you can tell, look at all 35 tastes and at least 10 to 12 sip stops.
Wow.
So if I just want to go yum yum, which means come hungry, then it's $35. If I want to do taste and sip, is $45. That's day of, but if you purchase beforehand, it's $5 less.
So you wear that, you bring that with you, and you go to all these fabulous restaurants that are on here.
Little sip,
there goes that.
Have
that goes
a little
with that.
taste,
little thing that goes
with my
your
spork that
spork.
I take with me. I have my pocket.
Awesome.
And there's a trolley that will take you everywhere, so you don't have to walk the whole time, but it is our 6th annual. We were a sellout last year.
Awesome.
We're hoping to sell out again this year. Again, 35 tastes and at least 10 to 12 sips. So come hungry and thirsty. It's a great day, 2 to 5 on the 5th of October.
The 5th of October. Okay,
Yes.
so we have the taste, and then we have...
The following weekend is the 12th annual North County LGBTQ Pride, which will be downtown again on Pierview Way adjacent to City Hall.
Awesome.
From 11 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Okay.
There's booths, there's handout, there's giveaways, there's education, they have live music.
Yeah.
Very fun day.
Fun time. It's
Again,
a fun time, yeah.
12th annual. And then
Haunted Market.
Haunted Market.
Haunted Market. Tell us about
Market.
that.
It's going to be on Halloween this year. That's the last Thursday of the month. We do a costume parade at 6 p.m. No costume contest. It's too hard. They all look wonderful. But that's at 6 o'clock. Everybody comes to the stage. We do a little parade around the market. Everybody cheers and woohoo. Everybody gets to show off. We do trick or treat until we run out of things to hand out. So we start at 5 with that. We do a blood curdling scream and evil laugh contest at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock at the stage.
Now, are you participating in the blood curdling scream?
No, I do the mic. But I do the laugh first, because if you do the scream first, you can't hear after that, because, oh my goodness.
Now, is it out of curiosity, because I saw it on this when we, obviously do things before the show. Is this the first year that you're doing the blood curdling scream, evil laugh? No.
I think we're probably on year 9.
How evil and does it get? Do you have some good turnout there?
Kids to adults, so it varies on how great it is.
It's a hoot, I imagine.
It is a hoot.
And then we have our Shop Local,
Shop Local program is all throughout October. For every $50 that you spend in the downtown at the participating groups in Oceanside, you bring in your receipts or you email them to us, and for every $50 you spend, you get a raffle ticket, and we do giveaways every week in October.
What are some kinds of things to expect from the giveaways? Like what could you potentially?
Last year we gave away a full body wetsuit with all the accessories, fins, etc. We've given away bikes, surfboards. We also give away baskets. But every time we've done it, we've probably had, I don't know, probably most of the items cost between $200 and $500.
Well, how appropriate. Wetsuits and such right here in Oceanside.
That's why we live here.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then we have the Day of the Dead, Dia de los Muertos.
Dia de los Muertos will be held on the last Sunday of the month at the Mission. Traditional event. It's the 19th year. And we have traditional entertainment. We have the Chalk Cemetery, where people can do their own little drawing for whoever they love. There's altars, or a friend does, where they can do an actual altar with pictures. There's a car show. Oh my goodness, there's just so much great entertainment.
Every year.
Every year,
That's
and
awesome.
This year's our 19th year at the Mission, so that's pretty fantastic. They do need volunteers for that event, so please go to the website, check it out.
Yes, absolutely. As usual, we never have enough time to talk and get everything in, but I think we did a good job this time. We did. So thank you for coming. Peace, love, soul, and rock and roll to you,
right.
Kathy. And we will be right back with more Oceanside Spectrum.
After 15 years of smoking, Eva Marie quit. There's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
And welcome back. I am Kelly O. Davis, and I am here with a couple of ex-Bluebirds. And I have Glenda Kimbrell and Lori Nelson Boone. Welcome.
Thank you.
Friends since the second grade, I hear.
Absolutely.
Yes.
It's been a few
But
years.
you're here to talk about the Oceanside High School Foundation and the 2019 Hall of Fame inductees.
That's it.
So welcome.
Thank you. We're glad to be here.
So tell us a little bit of the mission and history of the foundation first. Yes.
Well, the Oceanside High School Foundation Alumni Association was established in 1986, so we've been around for a while. And the purpose is to support students and staff at Oceanside High School. And over the years, we have given over $90,000 back to the students and the staff. And we do it through scholarships, through faculty grants, beautification projects at the high school. Oceanside High School is now 113 years old, and that's a lot of history. And so we also maintain the archives at the school, in the library. And then we host and sponsor the all-class reunion in June of each year at Heritage Park, and that brings classes from the 40s, 50s, 60s. It's a wonderful community event. And then what we're here to talk about today is our annual Hall of Fame. And the Hall of Fame has been around for 14 years, and we are excited about what's coming in October.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So Lori, can you tell us a little bit about how did the Hall of Fame get started? Why the Hall of Fame?
Great question.
Yeah.
In 2006, Oceanside High School celebrated 100 years as a high school. And a lot of people don't know that it is the 10th oldest public high school in the whole state of California. And when you think back, 1906 when it started, that was the year of the great San Francisco earthquake. So just to try to give some perspective. So when we came up to our 100th celebration, we thought, what could we do to really highlight what a great history Oceanside High School has? So we started thinking, let's draw together anyone who would like to nominate someone from any year since the school was founded. And so we have been inducting graduates since 2006. And we've been amazed at the quality of the graduates and what they've achieved, not just in our community, but worldwide. So it has been a way to really promote our alma mater. We're proud to be Pirates. Once a pirate, always a pirate. So that's why we do this. We want to promote the school, and as Glenda said, support the present day students and staff also.
Well, that's awesome. Now, so let me ask you, Glenda, is there a particular, are there categories for the, could you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure.
Yeah.
There's 6 categories. I'm going to read it. Academics, arts, the business, athletics, community service, and public service. So each year we induct 6, and the minimum of 6 new inductees, and we have over 90 inductees that are in the Hall of Fame at this point.
Our senior hall, which is the building that was rebuilt after the 1933 earthquake that demolished the original structure, that hall is still in existence, and it's filled with the Hall of Famers from 2006 on, all the people we've inducted. And so we think it's an inspiration to present day students. They walk down the halls, they see the picture, they read the story, and they might say to themselves, well, why not me? Maybe one day I'll be inducted into the Hall of Fame.
That's fabulous. So it's right there in the high school. That's important.
Absolutely. Students see it every day, and they see the like Lori said, the pictures and the bios, and it's in a beautiful display in Senior Hall.
Well, it's so, you just said about 4 or 5 things, plus this thing that you do, must take a lot of people power. I mean, how do you do this? I mean, you volunteers?
Yes, it's volunteers, and we're always looking for anyone who would like to come and be a part of the foundation. Anybody who graduated from Oceanside High School, and actually Oceanside Carlsbad High School. This is really important. For the first 50 years of our history, we were the OC, way before the OC. Do you know what I mean? Oceanside Carlsbad. And in fact, this year, 2 of our inductees actually were in the classes that were still Oceanside Carlsbad. So we have a 1957 inductee, L.J. Richards, the renowned surfer, and then the class of 1956 is Bill Dominguez, who lives in Carlsbad and has been a community servant for his whole life. So anyway, excuse me, Glenn.
The other thing I do want to mention before we run out of time, and that is in addition to our Hall of Fame, which will be on Saturday, October 19th at 10 o'clock in the morning at the Performing Arts Center, one of our inductees, Dee Archer, is a singer-songwriter, and she has written a musical show about her life, and we're going to be showing that the next day on Sunday, October 20th at 3 o'clock. Tickets are available. I think you'll see our website on the screen, but tickets are available. So it's going to be a fun-filled weekend of Saturday, the Hall of Fame, and then Sunday, the show of My Crazy Life with Dee Archer.
That is so awesome. So Lori and Glenda and Lori, thank you so much for coming out and joining us. And thank you for joining us. And we will be right back with more Oceanside Spectrum.
Me and my brother are only a year apart and have always been best friends. Through everything, my brother has always had my back, and I don't know what I would do without him. My brother has always been the happiest kid I know. But around last spring, he started to change. He began showing signs of suicide, isolating himself, and he seemed to lose interest in just about everything. It was time for me to be there for my brother. I asked him if he was okay, and he told me how he was struggling. Together we reached out for help. Although each day may be a battle, I still have my brother, and that's all that matters. If you or someone you know needs help, call 1-800-273-TALK.
Hello and welcome back. And as I said in my intro, September has a Suicide Prevention Week. It seems to be coming Suicide Prevention Month, and I am delighted and pleased to have Stan P. Collins in our studio to help us to navigate through these waters of suicide prevention and awareness. So welcome, Stan.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here.
Absolutely.
So one of the questions, obviously the overview, we want to talk about the overview of Suicide Prevention Week and when it is, and how September is now becoming a month for this awareness.
Yeah, so September 8th through 14th is recognized nationally as Suicide Prevention Week. But as you're saying, it's kind of become Suicide Prevention Month. So there's going to be activities going on throughout September here in San Diego, across the nation, bringing awareness to suicide prevention, because it's one of those conversations that's long overdue, and any opportunity we can take to raise awareness and talk about it is a good thing.
One of the things that we did a little social media, and I said I used the word commit suicide, and you very graciously, very wonderfully gave me a correction, and I think it really needs to be said about why you corrected me and what is the more of a, I want to say, I don't know if it's correct term is apropos, but how the awareness speak.
Yeah. So a lot of times, and people, it's kind of stuck with us, we use the term committed suicide. This person committed suicide. And we try to avoid that term out of respect for people who have lost somebody to suicide, people who have had thoughts of suicide or attempted suicide, because there's an association of guilt of crime or guilt of sin. And so we really want to take the shame away from that. So we ask people to use the term died by suicide or attempted suicide. Obviously, if someone attempted, they lived through that attempt. And we also hear people talk about successful versus unsuccessful attempts. And we want to get rid of that too. It's either a death by suicide or an attempt. And again, it's really just to take the bias and the shame away from that.
How do you address, how do you speak? What are the signs? What do you do? It's a really, just today I saw a spiritual leader by the name of Deepak Chopra who shared that suicide is the second cause of death with young people. So it's like, it's a real thing. If you're worried or concerned, how do you broach that?
Well, I think that's the thing, is we talk about it, we hear these stats about youth, and youth get the most attention, and you could make an argument that it's a greater tragedy for youth to die or think about suicide. But their numbers who die are actually relatively small. The bigger issue is how many youth think about and struggle with the pain that causes them to think about suicide. But I think the biggest piece of it is that we have to not underestimate the role that we can have. So a lot of times we think of suicide prevention as convincing somebody not to die. And I think we need to refocus that on reminding people of their reasons for living. Like, in my opinion, when you simplify suicide down to its two most basic things, it's about pain and hope. And suicide happens when pain outweighs hope. And in that moment, when you're talking to somebody, it's not about removing all their pain or injecting them with overwhelming hope. It's about having that connection to somebody to help reduce their pain and help increase their hope, but ultimately help them find some reasons for living. And I think we need to embrace the ability that we have to help others find those reasons.
And you also have a film contest, and you are of and we're actually going to be playing some of
that's
your
great. Yeah,
your
appreciate it.
PSAs
Thank you.
here. What is this? You're the director of a contest that. Could you
Yeah,
speak
so
a little bit?
I co-founded a program called the Directing Change Program and Film Contest. So what it is it's a youth mental health and suicide prevention program, but rather than just going into a classroom and talking at kids while they passively listen, we give kids the tools to learn about filmmaking, learn about the topics, and then go out and create. So they're creating films that are by youth, for youth, in a youth voice to raise awareness about mental health and suicide prevention. So there's the power of the film getting out there, but for the youth who participate and actually make a film, when we create something, it stays with us. And so that's really the power of the program. So directingchangeca.org is the website.
Well, that certainly does create hope when and I think isn't that part of why and I'm sure you get asked this all this time, but this work, it has a lot of challenges, I would imagine.
It does, yeah.
But when you do things like the film contest, I'm sure it brings you a lot of joy. Getting involved in something like this, how did you come to it?
Unfortunately, I lost a friend. I grew up here in San Diego, and I lost a friend when I was in high school. And that really opened up my eyes to this world of just how many people were out there suffering. And so I kind of jumped in, naive and trying to figure out, make a difference. But I'm really proud of the work that I do. And I think the big difference comes with people embracing their ability to have that conversation. A lot of people, you were kind of talking about it earlier, what do we say, what do we do? And the most powerful thing that I can tell people is to, attend a training, go to a website, learn about the warning signs and risk factors, but most important is trust your instincts and be in tune with the people in your lives. And if you're worried that somebody's off, somebody's going through a hard time, check in with them. And if you're worried that they might be thinking about suicide, don't be afraid to ask them directly, are you thinking about suicide? And it's a scary topic and it's a scary question, but talking about it doesn't have to be scary. In fact, just by having that conversation, you're making that person less likely to attempt. It's like releasing a pressure valve. And now it's a thing, and now we can talk about it. And now I know that you're a safe person that I can come to when I'm having these thoughts, and you'll be in my corner, and you'll be there, late at night. I always say that suicide prevention, although there's a bunch of mental health professionals out there who do great work, I truly believe that it happens on a phone call at 3 in the morning or at a kitchen table. But friends and family are the reasons why we decide to stay. So again, I think we have to embrace our role in that.
Stan, thank you so much for coming here today and sharing that. And we have listed hotlines while we were doing this interview. And if you know someone or if you need to get involved, please feel free to use any of the resources that we shared here. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back.
Son, love is like the ocean. You have to tread the waters.
Dad, that's not the kind of help I needed. Jessica, will you go to prom with me?
Yes.
Thousands of teens in foster care can't wait to share their first with you.
Kelly O. Davis, and we're back with our last guest of this September edition of Oceanside Spectrum. Last but certainly not least, we have the North County African-Americans Women's Association here in our studio. We have Ray Clendenning and Alicia Anthony. Welcome, ladies, of coming. Looking gorgeous.
Thank you.
And you have come to bear news of the 23rd annual
Gentleman's Gourmet.
Awesome.
It's our signature event for scholarship fundraising for our organization, and we're really, really excited to have a sterling affair set up for the Gentleman's Gourmet for this year. It is going to be magnificent.
People talk about this gourmet. They say the food is wonderful. Can you tell us a little bit, Alicia, what to expect from this year?
We can have all kinds. We have amateur and professional chefs, and they all come, all different kinds of cuisines, from appetizers to desserts to ribs to chicken to salmon, and you go around and you sample. You get to sample all these different foods. We are going to have approximately 50 chefs this year.
Awesome.
50 chefs.
So is this one of the like signature fundraisers for this organization, correct?
It is a signature fundraiser for this organization. We've been doing this now, as you know, for 23 years. We started the second year that we were founded as an organization in order to raise funds for women who were part of the regional occupation program here in the city of Oceanside. We had a small grant. I thought that it was $2,000. When I looked back, we started with about $5 actually. But we did have a small grant, but we had to become self-sustaining in order to help the young women to not only provide mentoring for them, but to have a vehicle for them to go back to school. So we started giving very small scholarships, but this year we were able to give $30,500 in scholarships.
Woohoo! That's awesome. That is. And
Yes.
you and Ray, Ms. Clendenning, you're one of the founding members of this.
We founded the organization in 1995 at King Middle School. We started off with about 11 women, some of them educators, some of them not. We wanted to have an organization that allowed any woman in the community who wanted to give back to be able to do that. So we did not have any specific criteria as some sororities or other organizations do. We wanted anyone who wanted to be of service to the community to have the opportunity to do that. And we are a multiracial, multi-ethnic organization. Anyone who wants to provide services to young girls or women in the community, we welcome them wholeheartedly. As a matter of fact, we're very proud of the fact that our membership recently has increased from about 50 to about 80 to 100 women. So we're really excited about the fact that we're getting younger women to come in and join the organization to move it forward.
How awesome is that? So some of the highlights from previous years, tell us a little bit, Alicia. Is there any standouts, something that people like every single year they come to expect BOP, or is it just different each and every year?
It's different every year. I've been involved with Gentleman's Gourmet for 2 years, and it's pretty much the food is the highlight. We do have silent auctions, so you can come in and bid on different items. We do have a DJ. This year we have an award-winning harpist that's going to be coming.
Marie Antoinette. Yes.
Yes. She's going to be there, you know, as well. So come on out. The date is October 19th at 6:00 p.m.
And I have to say, Ms. Clendenning, you are so community involved. And I just want to say your praises right here on Oceanside Spectrum. I see this woman everywhere, and you are always so helpful and always so just doing so much. And then you say you're retired, and you really aren't. So I just want to let you know how much I see you and appreciate you in our community.
Well, thank you. There are some really important organizations within the community that I'm very happy to support, MiraCosta Foundation being one of them, and Vista Community Clinic being the other. Along with the North County African-American Women's Association, where I take great pride in the women who have been working with us over the years. We've got some awesome community members who've been part of the organization, and they deserve a lot of the credit for the success of this organization.
Fantastic. So how does someone become involved? Where you go? You go to your website, you call you on the phone. How does
They can go to our website, and all the information is there for membership. And give us a call, and we do meet on the 4th Thursday of every month.
Okay.
And
here in Oceanside?
Here in Oceanside.
Okay.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
Perfect. Yes. Well, that's it, ladies. I just want to thank you so much for coming out
for having us.
Bringing the news of the gourmet. Is there anything you'd like to close with?
I just want the community to know that this is a signature event for the community. Everyone in the community comes every year. We are going to be sold out again this year, so please get those tickets. Go online. The tickets are $65. You can become a sponsor for us as well, because all of those extra dollars go to help our young women receive those scholarships to go on to college. So we want everyone to come out and have a great time. It's going to be a great sterling affair.
Thank you, ladies. And that would conclude this edition of Oceanside Spectrum. So we have a number of joyful events that you can go to, and we appreciate you tuning in. Thanks for joining us.
This program is brought to you by the City of Oceanside.